Thank you, Lisa. Good morning. Here are the things you should know this week. Right after the service today, and I do mean right after, we are going straight from the end of the service out the doors. We are dedicating our peace pole. They are holding the coffee hostage till after the dedication. So come to the dedication. It'll be lovely. We've got Donna Day and the peace pole drummers. And so it'll be a lot of fun. So please come on out to that. It will not last very long, but it's worth seeing. On April 5th from 2 to 4 in Waters Hall, we are having our very first Death Cafe. I promise you'll survive the experience. We are going to be talking about death openly. We are going to be enjoying some coffee and some treats. Kathy Keogh will be leading this, and she said sign up on the clipboard on the lanai as space is limited to 12 people. If you have questions, see Kathy out on the lanai after everything. Kathy, are you in here? Over there. So see this nice person.
Waiting list now.
The annual meeting is on March 29th, 10 a.m., so this coming Saturday. Be there or be square. Nancy and My Swedish Dinner is also this Saturday at 5 p.m., so if you're one of the people who bid on that, we have 40 people coming to that. It's in this room right here, 5 p.m. that evening. Come hungry. Sage circles. There's an error on the back of your brochure there, your bulletin. Not her fault. We had to change the time because of a conflict. If you are signed up for Sage circles, they are Wednesday, March 26th at 1 p.m. And we'll take a straw poll that day and see if we are going to keep them on Wednesdays or if we need to change date. The last shareholder meeting is today after the service over in Waters Hall. So if you haven't been, please go. It's your last chance today. I think that's all I've got. And now I am going to turn it over to Mark Murray and the Legacy Friends.
Come on up, you guys. Mary just reminded me, my wife, that in regards to the Death Cafe, we are all on the waiting list. So just Hi, I'm Mark Murray, representing Legacy Friends. The UCOV Legacy Friends program is designed to honor those who have included UCOV in their estate plans or who have made a donation to the Legacy Friends program. The purpose of Legacy Friends is to support the mission of UCOV into the future. Legacy Friends has two forms of support. First, the endowment fund, which supports UCOV into perpetuity. We are limited to drawing 4% from the annual balance of this fund. As this account grows, so does our annual income grow. This endowment fund last year had a balance of about $450,000, and today it has over $534,000. The Futures Fund is the other Legacy Friends account. The earnings from this fund can be used primarily for legacy projects such as buildings. As well, the fund may be used by the UCOV Board of Directors when there is a need for that. This fund has had a current balance of $130,000 last year at this time, and now has a balance of $153,000. So when you make a decision to donate to the Legacy Friends, either with a current contribution or with planned giving, you will be recognized as a Legacy Friend along with over 40 other UCOV donors. As well, when donations are received, you will be added to our list and to the tapestry at the rear of the church, should you desire. Recently, we received word that UCOV will be a recipient of a gift from the estate of Rosemary Hagan. This giving is essential to a strong future for UCOV. Thank you, Rosemary. I would like to offer the microphone to Jack Head, Chair-elect of the Legacy Friends Committee, to tell us why Legacy Friends support is essential to the future of UCOV. Jack?
Good morning. I'm Jack Head. Years ago, Nancy and I were snowbirds, and we would be annually asked to pledge. And since we were only here 6 months of the year, and we were supporting another church, it made a lot of sense to give half here and half there. However, I want the doors of this place open when I'm not here. And so my pledge then was based on not only when I was here and enjoying your company, it was when I wasn't here and other people needed to have open doors in the back. Well, I have been informed a number of times in the most recent years that I won't be here forever. And with the same thoughts in mind, this place is dear to me, not only because of your friendships, because of the people who I haven't met yet. I want this place here for them. And the only way I can encourage it to be here is to make sure that it is financially stable. And so I am a member of the Legacy and Friends because I want this place here for the next generation after I'm gone, or so they tell me. I'm going to try to live as long as some of you, though.
Hi, I'm Donna Jewett. I'm one of the few people that have been raised as a UU. So I was way back when I was in junior high school, I went to the Old Ship Church in Hingham. And I continued on through high school. And then when I moved to Harvard, Mass., I became really active in the church, and I was on the Green Sanctuary there and membership and all that kind of stuff. And I had met Dave, and he was in the choir, and so I joined the choir, and I said, boy, this is quite the family here, and I just really enjoyed everybody's company, and I met some really, really good friends, and I thought, that really fits along with my values and my beliefs, and as things get more crazy in this world, for some reason, I feel like this is home, these are my people, this is my family. And then, of course, when I moved to Falmouth, the same thing happened because I was in Cape Cod, and again, became very active. And at that point, I said, I need to put my money where my mouth and my beliefs are. And so that's when I became a legacy giver to the Falmouth UU. And then, of course, Dave and I moved here as snowbirds, and then he passed away 4 years ago. And I said, when I came here, I said, this place really speaks to me, and I really feel like this is my new home, and I really want to keep this place open. And as Jack said, for my sake and the future and all the other people that are continuing to come in here, I think it's important to take whatever you can and give to the UU, because I think it's important and its legacy. And what I do is I do my QCDs, I write it off as a tax charity, and guess what? It works. It's tax deductible as well, so what the heck? So if you can do it, do it. And I thank you, because I've met more wonderful, sincere people here, and I'm so glad to be part of this whole family. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Bill Reynolds. Why I became a legacy friend. UCOV has become more than just a congregation to me. It's really become my community. It's a place where I've built many meaningful relationships. It's a place where I've met my partner, Jackie. It's a place where I've met many diverse folks who have stimulated my curiosity, taught me many things, and who have often inspired me. UCOV has nourished me spiritually. Sometimes I leave the Sunday service feeling peaceful. Sometimes I feel challenged. Sometimes reflective, and sometimes with new perspectives, and always feeling that it has been a meaningful experience. UCOV is where I belong and where I find sanctuary and refuge. You see, my life has been made better by my membership in this community. And that is why I became a Legacy Friends member. I wanted to support something that has given me so much. And I want to ensure that this incredible place continues to survive for future generations. It's not just financial support. It's about investing in a community that enriches lives. Thank you.
Okay, now you have to vote. One of the four of us used AI to help draft their presentation. You got to figure out which one. Also, we want to remind visitors that, hey, you're a part of our community a bit. Please consider becoming a Legacy Friends. You don't have to be a member. You know, many of us now are dealing with the IRA distribution thing, and so as that stuff comes up, year-end donations, things like that, think about Legacy Friends. We ask that you consider joining us. Jack and I will be out back after the service. We really do appreciate your support, and please don't wait. Do it now by taking home one of our brochures, and feel free to contact anyone on the committee. Again, Jack and I will be out back. At this time, we'd like to ask all of the current Legacy Friends in the room to please stand and be recognized. All Legacy Friends, please stand up. All right, thank you very much. Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Venice, known as UCOV. My name is Jan Simon, and I'm the worship associate for this morning's meeting. We welcome all of you to our service, especially those of you who are searching for a spiritual home. Many of us were once too seeking for something larger than ourselves, to which we could belong, a sense of rootedness to hold us as we create meaning together. We do that well here, though not perfectly. In this congregation, we strive not for perfection, but for authenticity and human connection. Whether it's your first time here with us or your 100th time, we hope that you'll find here questions that stretch you, people to befriend you, and liberal religious values that challenge you to join us in loving boldly, living justly, and welcoming radically. If anyone is here for the first time and feels comfortable doing so, please raise your hand. Someone will bring you a microphone and you can introduce yourself. Any new visitors? Oh, there's one.
Hi, we're just here for the week, but I'm Pam, and this is my daughter Bridget, and we came because Amy was our minister at our Musa camp in Missouri, and we thought she was so funny, we came here for some joy.
Welcome, I hope you get a good joke. Anyone else? There's someone back there.
Hi, I'm Ellen Guerin, and we live at Bird Bay.
I'm John Henriksen, also living at Bird Bay from Minneapolis.
Welcome. Anyone else? Anyone who's returned to us today? I just want to point out that Pam is back, and I'm so happy to see her. And Richard as well.
You got a hand in the back there.
Oh, we got one back there. Okay. Could you stand up, please, so they can find you?
Hi, I'm Phil Swallow. I have been here before, but I've been watching online since the beginning of the year, and I am so impressed with everything that's going on in this congregation, and especially the minister.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay. We are now entering into a sacred space. So please silence all electronics that you have with you. And we are now going to light the chalice, which did work before. There we go. Margaret Mead wrote, "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." We light our chalice today in honor of changing the world.
And a lovely start to the morning. Again, good morning and welcome, and I'm so glad that each and every one of you is here today. We're talking today about the revolutionary act of radical welcome. And it is a revolutionary act, and we'll get into that a little more. But our opening words this morning are a call to be the church in the world, to be better at being in the world. This is by Algernon Black. And Black said, "This is a call to the living, to those who refuse to make peace with evil, with the suffering and the waste of the world. This is a call to the human, not the perfect. To those who know their own prejudices, who have no intention of becoming prisoners to their own limitations. This is a call to those who remember the dreams of their youth, who know what it means to share food and shelter, the care of children and those who are troubled, to reach beyond the barriers of the past, bringing people to communion. This is a call to the never-ending spirit of humanity, its essential decency and integrity, its unending capacity to suffer and endure, to face death and destruction and then rise again, to build from the ruins of life. This is the greatest call of all. This call to faith in people. May we always have that faith. Come and let us worship here together. Our gathering hymn this morning is number 389, Gathered Here, and we're going to sing it through 3 times. So please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our opening hymn, number 389, Gathered Here. our spotlight this morning is on the communication team, so Sally Earp, please step up to the mic.
Good morning, everyone. The communications team consists of myself, Judy Houston, raise your hand, please, and Linda Underwood, raise your hand, and Eileen Howell from our office. We spread the word to our members and the general community about the many events at UCOV. UCOV is needed in our community, and we hope to help attract new members as well as strengthen the connections of our current membership through our website, social media, our monthly newsletter, and more. On the welcome table, you will find a blue printed sheet that shows how you can get connected with the events that are happening at UCOV. The best place to start is the website, uucov.org. There's really a lot of information there, a lot. There's information on the upcoming Sunday service, the minister's corner, things about the mat making, all kinds of things. If you want to know about an event on the calendar, on the website, click, and it will drop down, pop up, and show you all the details of the event. The same calendar is easily accessed through the Breeze app on your smartphone or tablet, as are pictures, phone numbers, and addresses of our members. We're on many social media sites, but the most commonly viewed is Facebook. On Facebook, search for UCOV, click follow. Most often used is our Facebook private site, which is UCOV In Touch. It's for members only, and any member can post an event, an opinion, a joke, a book recommendation, pretty much anything. Just ask to join, and if you're in our directory, you'll be admitted. Our newsletter connections comes to your email around the first of each month, and a reminder mid-month comes about the events that are happening. We also try to get coverage of local events like our auction and today's Peace Pole dedication in local news media. We're excited UCOV has gained so many new members and would like to welcome anyone to our committee who enjoys people, might have various communication or organizational skills, or a willingness to learn. Serving on any committee is a really great way to get to know people, to get involved and support the life of our congregation. If you're interested, we'd love to talk to you. We'll be on the lanai after the service. And if you're organizing an event, please find one of us and let us know, and we'll help publicize it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, and thank you, communications team. This is the point in our service where we do our offering. And our offering words, as always, are provided with levity because giving should not be painful. A UU minister was driving along the highway quite distracted because her church was low on funds. An armadillo suddenly ran out in front of her car, and the minister hit the brakes, picked up the uninjured armadillo, intending to release it far out into the wild, and thought about it for a minute, then said, "Oh, what the heck," and tossed it in her trunk before continuing on the way. A short while later, she got pulled over at a random police checkpoint. The officer asked for her license and registration, and then told her to step out of the car and open the trunk. When the trunk popped open, the officer spotted the confused armadillo and said, "Are you out of your mind? That's a wild animal. You're going to jail for this. If I call the wildlife authorities, you are in big trouble." The minister thought quickly. She said, "Oh no, officer, that armadillo is a trained animal. Raised him for years. Works like this. If you give me a 20, I will let the armadillo go, and he will run back a bit, and then I will whistle, and he will run back to me, grab the 20, and do a dance." And the officer said, "I don't buy it. I don't think so." And the minister said, "What do you got to lose? Come on, let me show you." So, okay, he pulled a 20 out of his wallet and he handed it to the minister. You'll see, she said. Go ahead, let the armadillo go, watch. He picked the armadillo up, let it go. Well, the armadillo disappeared at 100 miles an hour into the woods. And the officer turned back to the minister. He said, all right, whistle, I want to see the armadillo dance. Minister looked at him and smiled, tucked the 20 into her bra and said, what armadillo? Seeing that I do not own an armadillo, and if I did, it would be eaten by my cat, the morning offering will now be given and gratefully received. Thank you all so much, not just for these gifts, but for everything you do for this community. Because it's as a community of human hands and human hearts that we come together here to minister to one another and to bear witness to life's joys and life's sorrows. Before or during any service, you're welcome to come up and light a candle on the candle table up front. At this point in the service, I will light them for you. At this time of sharing, you can raise a hand and someone will bring you a microphone. I think today it is Tom. Tom will bring you a microphone. So if you have a joy or a sorrow, please raise a hand.
Hi, I'm Pam Palmer. I've been away for some time, and I'm back. I hope to continue to be back. Things are looking up for me. I want to thank everybody for all the wonderful cards and phone calls and thoughts and prayers, and I feel so much better. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Patty Walton, and I joined the church, I don't remember, it was December or January. And then in the middle of January, my daughter that lives in Arkansas had a baby and had a medical emergency. And I left I thought it was going to be 2 weeks, and I've been gone for 2 months, and I just got back 2 days ago. So I'm asking she's doing much better, but I'm asking for prayers for her and her family still. And it's a joy to be back. I'm sure none of you recognize me, but I did. I'm a member, and I'm ready to go now.
We good?
I think good.
May the love of this community hold all who need love and concern, and may the light of our community shine on the broken places of the world. May we never look away when we're needed. May those who are grieving be comforted, and those who are tired find rest. May the broken places be healed, and may those who are filled with joy and laughter be abundant.
The first reading is from Maya Angelou, A Brave and Startling Truth. These are the words of poet Maya Angelou, who reminds us that our place in the cosmic order is not as something separate from and superior to nature, but as a tiny pixel part of it, imbued with equal parts humility and responsibility. Angelou reminds us that it is our human calling to work to reach that place where all can live freely, without sanctimonious piety and without crippling fear. This is from her work, A Brave and Startling Truth. We, this people, on a small and lonely planet, traveling through casual space, past aloof stars, across the way of indifferent suns, to a destination where all signs tell us it is possible and imperative that we learn a brave and startling truth. And when we come to it, to the day of peacemaking, when we release our fingers from fists of hostility and allow the pure air to cool our palms, when we come to it, when the curtain falls on the minstrel show of hate and faces sooted with scorn are scrubbed clean, when battlefields and Colosseum no longer rake our unique and particular sons and daughters up with the bruised and bloody grass to lie in identical plots in foreign soil. When the rapacious storming of the churches, the screaming racket in the temples have ceased, when the pennants are waving gaily, when the banners of the world tremble stoutly in the good, clean breeze, when we come to it, when we let the rifles fall from our shoulders and children dress their dolls in flags of truce, when landmines of death have been removed and the aged can walk into evenings of peace, when religious ritual is not perfumed by the incense of burning flesh, and childhood dreams are not kicked awake by nightmares of abuse. We, this people on this small and drifting planet, whose hands can strike with such abandon that in a twinkling life is sapped from the living, yet those same hands can touch with such healing, irresistible tenderness, that the haughty neck is happy to bow, and the proud back is glad to bend. Out of such chaos, of such contradiction, we learn that we are neither devils nor divines. When we come to it, we, this people on this wayward, floating body, created on this earth, of this earth, have the power to fashion for this earth a climate where every person can live freely without sanctimonious piety, without crippling fear. When we come to it, we must confess that we are the possible, we are the miraculous, the true wonder of this world. That is when, and only when, we come to it. Our meditation today is words from Bell Hooks. Dominator culture has tried to keep us all afraid, to make us choose safety instead of risk, sameness instead of diversity. Moving through that fear, finding out what connects us, reveling in our differences, this is the process that brings us closer, that gives us a world of shared values, of meaningful community. Please join me in 1 minute of silent thought, meditation, or prayer. We now will have an interlude from Lisa. Thank you, Lisa. That was beautiful. Our second reading is by Emma Goldman. Free love, as if love is anything but free. Man has bought brains, but all the millions in the world have failed to buy love. Man has subdued bodies, but all the power on earth has been unable to subdue love. Man has conquered whole nations, but all his armies could not conquer love. Man has changed and fettered the spirit, but he has been utterly helpless before love. High on a throne, with all the splendor and pomp his gold can command, man is yet poor and desolate if love passes him by. And if it stays, the poorest hovel is radiant with warmth, with life and color. Thus, love has the magic power to make of a beggar a king. Yes, love is free. It can dwell in no other atmosphere. In freedom, it gives itself unreservedly, abundantly, and completely. All the laws on the statutes, all the courts in the universe cannot tear it from the soil once love has taken root. Our hymn is Blessed Spirit of My Life. Could you please rise in body or spirit and join us in singing that?
Politics is a hot issue right now, you think? I hear the word revolution getting thrown around. I hear words like civil war. Scary words. But when we talk about revolution, one of the questions that gets asked is, where do we start? Where do you even begin with something that big? And some people want to start with violence, and some people want to start with writing, and some people want to start with talking. But I can tell you one of the places revolution starts. Revolution starts with radical welcome, because if we're not in this together with the other folks who are suffering, the revolutions will fail. For any of you familiar with the coal wars, the coal companies managed to survive those wars by making sure that black miners and white miners hated each other, wouldn't talk together, couldn't work together. They fanned the flames of racial hatred until poor people forgot that they were all poor and had nothing in common with the rich mine owners, and instead remembered that some were white and some were black. And so the white miners sided with the mine owners. Revolution starts with creating a home for each other. You hear the phrase, "I want to go home." It's usually not a good thing. For those of you who have children, you learn to dread that phrase, "I want to go home." It means I'm done. I have had enough. I just want to go where I can put on my jammy bottoms. Ladies, take off my bra. Kick off my shoes. Get comfortable. I want to lay down. I want to quit. I want to go home. Now, practically, we're talking about a place. I want to go somewhere that I like better than where I am at the moment. But home is more than that when we're talking about radical welcome, when we're talking about revolution. A longing for home is much deeper than a longing for a place you can go to put on your jammies. There's all kinds of now fairly trite phrases about home. I like Oliver Wendell Holmes. He got very specific. Where we love is home, home that our feet may leave, but never our heart. But James Baldwin got it more right. He said, perhaps home isn't a place, but an irrevocable condition. Home as a condition, home as welcome. Welcome no matter what. Welcome if you're tired or sad. Welcome if you just got sprayed by a skunk. Welcome if you're dancing with joy, if you're loud and wildly exuberant. Welcome when you smell funny, when you're vomiting, when you don't want to talk, when your clothes don't match and your hair stands up. Welcome when you're not tasteful. Welcome when you have gas because you ate the wrong thing. Welcome when your mind doesn't want to quit. Welcome when your addictions don't want to quit. Welcome. In Fool's Fate, Robin Hobb writes, home is people, not a place. If you go back there after those people are gone, all you can see is what is not there anymore. And some of you may experience that if you ever tried to go back to your childhood home. We live in interesting times, and that's being generous. More connected than ever by our technology, more separated by our realities. New college grads cannot buy a place to live. Every city has communities of people with no place to live. And even if people have a place to sleep, they're isolated. We're all isolated by work obligations, technology, health, anxiety, so much more. I've said this before. Back in 2018, University of California neuroscience study found that 3 out of every 4 people in an average adult population reported they were just lonely. If we truly care about what it means to be a beloved community in the world, if we truly care about creating revolution, this is where we start. We start with our simple need as humans to be among others and be welcome. Now, the UUA started this work years ago with widening the circle, trying to deal with white fragility and decentering whiteness. We know that we have to make sure that everybody is welcome. Church by church, community by community, state by state. In his work, Golden Sun, Pierce Brown writes, home isn't where you're from, it's where you find light when all grows dark. Right now, we all need the light. We can't afford to have others sitting in the dark. British poet Warsan Shire says, at the end of the day, it isn't where I come from. Maybe home is somewhere I'm going and have never been before. I think she's got it. She's got it right. As an association, as a people, we've never been there before. We haven't created home yet. But we are going, as the song says, heaven knows how. Heaven knows how, but we are going. And we know we'll make it. Home is the place that when you get there, you find out you've been heading there all along. It's where you find light and a welcome so radical that you can bring your whole self forward and say with confidence, I am here. For all those of us in an intersection of oppressions, those of us lacking privilege, that kind of honest welcome alone is revolutionary. And that's a revolution I want to join. I want to be with a beloved community that says, come home, you're welcome here. And we're going to work stuff out together. Welcome to people who are over 60 and absolutely not done yet. Welcome to LGBTQ and queer people of all types. Welcome to their pronouns, whatever they are. Welcome to the people they love. Welcome to Black and brown and indigenous people and people with handicaps. Welcome to adaptive equipment. Bring in the walkers and the wheelchairs. We're in this together. Welcome to people whose music doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard before. Welcome to different ways of talking and dancing. Because once we begin the revolution, once we've decided to welcome each other home, then it's time to learn how to dance together. Emma Goldman said, if I can't dance, I don't want to be part of your revolution. And she had something there. She was an anarchist, deeply involved in social justice. And what she meant was that even in the middle of all the serious work, the grassroots organizing, there has to be joy. There has to be the moments where you laugh and you dance and you sing and you make art. Making a home is about more than academic understanding. If we are to be a movement that changes the world, we have to move beyond the purely academic. We have to be able to dance together. We have to sing one another's songs and eat one another's food, cook together and make art together and march together and sit together. One church in one world with a lot of paths, all respected and kept clear, all carefully tended, because you never know who's going to want to use them. Current folks may find things they've never seen before and decide that that's the path for them. And when we've created that, when light starts to spill from our windows and the smell of good cooking comes out, then we take that warmth into the world as an act of revolution. One more person, one more added to the family, one more welcomed home. Joining hands with the Black community, the brown community, the indigenous community, the handicapped community, the queer community, locking arms, revolution building with each bridge we build, with each welcome. We make the whole world our home. We are called to embrace love and to let it carry us into a place where we all can be one world. We're called to stand together as one, united not by a creed, but by the call of human love, different though we all are. We are engaged in a struggle for the liberation of all of us, and it will be our ability to call forth the strength in one another that lets us succeed. One world united under love, not hate. Great, not again, but for the first time. Greatness is not born from hatred. Greatness arises from the power of people working together in love. Emma Goldman had it right. If I can't dance, I don't want to be part of this revolution, and she had it so right. Revolution doesn't begin with cold, hard truths in books. Revolution begins when we can offer our neighbor that cup of coffee, when we can talk to them, when we can pat their kid on the head, when we try their tacos and they try our sauerbraten, when we giggle and laugh because I don't know how to dance the Macarena and they don't know how to dance the hora, but we just make a mess and have fun together. That's where revolution begins. So reach out to each other for support, make some new friends, burn brightly, dance and sing, make art, write poetry, begin the revolution with yourself. Be the change you need to see in the world. Be the home for humanity. And invite one more person, and one more, and one more. Move forward in the words of bell hooks. Go out into the world and in every way you can, small and large, build beloved community. Smother hatred in an avalanche of love. And wherever you go, take a minute to dance. Because if we can't dance, we don't want to be a part of this revolution. Amen. It is our work shared with each other in covenant that creates and sustains this beloved community. We extinguish the chalice, but its light lives on in the directions we have chosen today. Our final hymn today is number 30, Over My Head. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, verses 1, 2, and 4 of number 30, Over My Head. The world aches for us to join together and bring about healing, toil for justice, and produce ever-increasing love. This is our calling. So go forth and act accordingly, and remember to dance. Peace, ashe, and may it be so.